What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the fucking struggles of like experiencing spiritual symptoms, man. Cause like there are times where like I'll be feeling a lot of heart pains around my fucking chest area, and whenever I get diagnosed, whenever I go to the doctor, everything will be okay. Like I'm experiencing no type of I have no history of heart pains or anything involving around my health or my heart. But tell me why, ever since I met my fucking twin flame back in 2017, now all of a sudden I'm having a lot of fucking chest pains, a lot of heart pains, and like all like it's like I'm either feeling this person's fucking energy and trauma, or I'm experiencing my past lives, my generational curses from family members, their past lives or their lifetimes. I'm either purging out their fucking trauma through my heart center, or I don't know what the fuck was going on around my heart chakra, but like that shit fucking hurts. And what's so annoying about experiencing like a twin flame like connection, or experiencing or being on a spiritual journey and experiencing spiritual like symptoms, is that most people aren't experiencing the same shit you're experiencing. So when you talk about this shit towards people or towards online, people are going to look at you like you're fucking crazy. It doesn't have to be with a twin flame experience, but anything in general when it comes to spirituality. Because most people don't experience spiritual shit, or even if they do, they're either in denial, or they don't know what the fuck is going on, or there's a certain program for it. Society likes to call it they're fucking crazy, they're high, or like they need to go on a psych ward, or just they view these people as fucking crazy. But we're not fucking crazy. We're actually experiencing real spiritual symptoms. You know what I'm saying? So this shit gets annoying where like I'll be minding my own business, right, in life, and then all of a sudden I'm getting these fucking random heart pains and shit like that. Like, I feel like I've experienced a lot of spiritual shit compared to the average person. I don't mean this in an egotistical way. I mean, we all experience different spiritual shit in our own unique lives. Everyone has unique lives. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like I've experienced a lot of just random spiritual shit, man. Like, this shit's annoying. Like I be experiencing some generational curses around my family members, around like certain spiritual connections that kind of changed me, that I've experienced physical symptoms from that shit. I've experienced certain soul ties, and like I get comments from time to time where people would say that all this shit I'm talking about is either new age or is programming, all that bullshit. Well, at the end of the day, you can't really relate to what the fuck I'm experiencing unless you experience it yourself. Until you experience what I've experienced, then until then, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But like, and for me, there's spiritual and scientific backup about what the fuck I'm experiencing. You know, I know what it's like to experience soul ties. I know what it's like to experience karmic energies and being stuck in karmic cycles within karmic dysfunctional abusive family dynamics through past lives, and through fucking like I've experienced overstimulations within my chakras, within my heart chakra, within my sacral chakra, and different chakras. I've experienced overstimulations from those areas, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen spirits. I've seen shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen this shit. You know, so and I know people experience the same thing, but these people, they don't make YouTube videos, or it's very hard to find them. And when people do find them, they think they're fucking crazy. Even I'm aware I sound fucking crazy towards the average person. You know what I'm saying? But it's just bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, fuck, man. Like, I'm telling you, I've mentioned in all my old videos, I can see how my life is playing out, and I can see through the bullshit of it. I can see through all the blockages, all the, like, restrictions. Like, it's not a coincidence I was born into a dysfunctional family that would scapegoat me or abuse me and shit like that. And it gets tricky, because some people in these spiritual channels, when people experience generational curses or being a black sheep of the family or being scapegoated by their family, these families, they like to call them narcissists, and they have these traits. But why the fuck do people who make narcissistic videos, when they talk about people who experience generational curses, people who are born into dysfunctional families, why is it that it's so fucking accurate? Even with these chosen one videos, I don't agree with the term chosen one. I think that's corny. I think but I do believe the definition of it, where like, yeah, certain people experience spiritual shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, so for example, there's this video named, his name is Des Moss, Dezmos. He talks about narcissists, right? His whole channel is dedicated talking about narcissists and narcissism, right? Des Moss. And like, all this shit he be talking about is facts. Like, all this shit I've experienced with him, he goes into detail about like narcissism, spiritual warfare, family abuse, family dynamics, and shit like that, right? So like, like it's weird because like my family, like they're never like, they weren't always like this. Like we were all cool. Then they started like fucking attacking me and abusing me and shit, and physically mental harming me and shit like that. So I had to get the fuck away from them, man. Like it's like they're possessed by a fucking demon or some type of negative entity. Ever since 2020, 2021, it's all these energies intensified and shit like that. That's when people are going fucking crazy and all these spiritual energies and shit. Then you got fucking time speeding up. It's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? And this realm is fucking retarded because like why the fuck is time speeding up but people, and with these 9 to 5 jobs, people don't have time for their personal selves. You know, why the fuck is time speeding up? If time is going to speed up, then why can't they make the fucking system collapse? This shit makes no fucking sense. Why would the universe lie for God? I personally believe there's a God. I could be wrong, but if God exists, why the fuck would God allow a situation where time is speeding up but yet the system is still continuing? People are going to be more stressed out. I don't have a family. I'm single. How the fuck do people live their lives within these 9 to 5 jobs despite this timeline, these energies we're in? How do people do that shit? How? You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to complete my tasks and the things I need to get done. My hobbies, fuck my hobbies. I don't got time to do that anymore. When it comes to my appointments, to my tasks, I don't have time to do that shit during the weekends because time is speeding up so fast. It doesn't matter how early I wake up. The days are going by and it's accelerating extremely fucking fast. So you can't get this shit fucking done. You can't get shit done. So imagine people with families and shit like that. But yet you only get realistically, we only get 2 days off. We don't get 3-day weekends. You work Monday through Fridays. Fridays doesn't count as a day off because you're working on a Friday, but then you got off. So realistically, you have 2 days off. Not even that. Realistically, you have 1 day off. Sunday, you're worried about the next day, which is the work day. So you're so focused on getting prepared for the next work day. So you're not really enjoying your time. On a Friday, you're fresh from work and you have like damn near almost half of the end of the day. So your real day off is Saturday, which is, so you only have 1 day off technically. And now imagine time speeding up and the day is going by extremely fucking fast. You don't got time to do shit. So if this system is so bad, if it keeps humans enslaved, so why is the system continuing to excel? And people want to say God exists and the universe, they're with us. That's bullshit. And the ancestors are watching. That's bullshit. Just the fact that this realm allows world corruption and control like this, that means there's something wrong with this realm. That means this is a fucking hell realm. This is why people call this hell. So I don't get when these new age or these people in the spiritual community, they talk about, oh, God is with us, or the universe has our backs, or our ancestors watching over us. That's bullshit. They're not doing shit. If they really have our backs and they're watching over us, then why is the world still the way it is? I understand there's pros and cons to this world. It's all about gratitude. People have it worse. But just the fact that how we're in 2023 and we still have world corruption, people hungry, people are dying and starving. There's wars and battles going on, wasting money, and money still having control over our lives. And then you got time speeding up, but the system is still continuing. You know what I'm saying? What kind of bullshit is that? You know what I'm saying? So, damn, man. You know, it's just, this shit gets annoying though, because like this shit feels lonely, man. We're experiencing all these spiritual experiences, and then my fucking, I have these heart pains, these heart chakra activations, and or not heart chakra activations, but then like you're experiencing so much chakra overstimulations and shit like that. And then like I'm not around like-minded people, like I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see how my life is playing out. And people may not understand me, may not get me. I don't give a fuck. I know what I'm experiencing, and I don't take like personal because I can see through the bullshit of life. All the things I've experienced, this shit was kind of meant to happen. Not to a certain extent, because I do believe we have free will. So to a certain extent, during my life, what led me up to my life right now, yes, it is due my free will. But for the most part, the people I've met, the situations I've been in, all that shit was predestined. You know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence that I'm in the military and that I was born into a dysfunctional family. I had no choice but to join the military. So that in itself tells you that that's part of my life path, to be in that shit. Because if I were to never join the military, just get out of my situation, more than likely I'll still be jobless. Or if I do find a job, I'll be struggling to make money because all the jobs I was working at back home, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't making enough money to even live in my own place or just get my own vehicle. And I was stuck in a toxic, fucking abusive household and shit like that. So how the fuck was I supposed to survive? I probably wouldn't survive if I was still in my dysfunctional family's household and shit like that. So I had no choice to be in the military. But you see how life will kind of set that shit up? You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking crazy. And don't get me wrong, I kind of like the military. Like, it's part of my life path for a reason. So I don't mind that shit, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that, like, we don't have real control over our lives and shit based on the people we meet and shit like that. This is why I can't meet like-minded people. I can't attract a fucking partner no matter how many times I fucking try. But yeah, you have some other people who don't do shit with their lives, who don't do shit, but they're able to attract like-minded people, or they post bullshit content on YouTube and they get more views and subscribers, or they attract a fucking romantic partner when they don't do shit. And I've seen people like that. I've seen their lifestyles and they don't do shit, but they're able to attract those things. And my conclusion is that, like, either I have a lot of karma that I need to clear out, or like my life mission is a lot harder, and since my life mission is a lot more important, I have to go through more bullshit so I could become mentally stronger. Or, like I said, karma, or just how life is, or just spiritual warfare, just other bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much factors that takes place. But what I'm saying is that, like, we don't have control within our lives, and that's the type of shit that pisses me off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And this world is bullshit too, because like everything is controlled, so you can't really do anything without money. I know what it's like to have a vehicle, and I also know what it's like to not have a vehicle. I know what it's like to not have my own place, and I know what it's like to have my own place. So it's just fucking crazy how much money can really define your life. Not define your life, because you're a human, and you're a soul in a human body. So no one can really define you in this ego-based fucking existence, right? But what I'm saying is that money has the power to control where you go in this existence, pretty much, you know, or at least in this society. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for you to have a car, you need money. If you need a haircut, you need money. If you need food, water, you need money. If you need to travel, you need money. What's some bullshit about society too? Is like, how the fuck you gotta pay money just to have your own place? That shit makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that, like, we gotta work so hard to be overworked, and we gotta be fucking slaves just so we could, like, maintain fucking basic survival needs? It's our birthright to have our own fucking house, to have food and water and shelter, to have electricity and access to the fucking internet. But in this timeline, in this human experience, it's a fucking joke, because we're all enslaved. So, like, we all have to be overworked and underpaid just to even get our basic survival needs met. And that's why a lot of people struggle in society. How the fuck we have homeless people? Human beings can't live outside. I've said this multiple times, and that's a fact. You see how the weather changes up through winter, through snow, through rain, through thunderstorms, through the summer heat. The average human being cannot survive all those fucking seasons, let alone they live in a fucking street. They're gonna attract a lot of bacteria, bugs. They gotta shower and shit like that. They're gonna stink. You know, they're gonna develop a lot of, like, illnesses and shit like that. They're gonna stink. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but yet we gotta be slaves and overwork just to get basic needs met, like buying hygiene products and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What kind of shit is that, man? And not only that, so in order for us to survive, we need to work. But what happens? Well, what happens if, like, but some people can't even do that because it's hard to get a job. So we need a job in order for us to survive, to make money in this bullshit society. But yet it's hard for us to even get a job. And not only that, but once we do get a job, we're not even pleased with it, because most of these jobs are depressing and shit like that. And it's, you know, so this timeline is very strange. Very strange, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure how life is in the afterlife, or once I'm really, like, I wonder what happens when you die, right? So when you die, what happens in afterlife? What happens after, like what's out there? I really want to know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? Do you reincarnate as a human? Do you reincarnate as another being? Or is there different realms, different worlds out there in the afterlife once you die? You know, people report of astral projecting. People report of seeing spirits. There's even guidelines and tutorials on how to astral project and how to activate your third eye and how to lucid dream and shit like that. People actually are teaching people how to do. You can actually learn how to do that through YouTube. If you want to know, if you don't believe me, I can send links through my comment section. You know what I'm saying? Check out Sirius Inner Temple. He talks about, like, lucid dreaming, astral projecting, and shit like that. You know, he has guidelines for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And people have been doing that shit. But, like, just the fact that shit like this exists, that will tell you that there are different realms, there are different worlds in the afterlife. So imagine after you die. The good news is that like this isn't it. So there's more realms, there's more worlds out there. So you know how to experience being in a fucking human body where you have a nervous system, you have pain receptors, and you're being in a fucking society that restricts you off of money, off of all this bullshit where like you can't do shit without money. Right? Imagine as a spirit, right? Who the fuck would decide to incarnate into a fucking realm where you're being a fucking slave? You're being enslaved by a man, by a bullshit ass fucking paper that controls your fucking life. And without it, you can't do shit. You can't improve your life. You can't navigate through life. You can't meet new people. You can't travel around the world without that piece of paper. In order for you to make that piece of paper, you gotta be a slave for the system. Not only that, but the system, there's such a huge imbalance within the fucking system. This is why you have your middle class, your upper class, and your fucking poverty and shit like that. Why the fuck we still have poor people? Why is it that like we have more people making more money than others? This shit makes no fucking sense. And these people who make more money than other people, the upper class, they're not doing shit. Instead, they're posting bullshit. And supposedly all these celebrities, all these people, the reason why they're so rich is because they've done a lot of evil shit, supposedly. If that's a real thing, then that tells you that this world is a fucking joke. So as a spirit, there are times where like when I'm living life, I'm like, damn man, I feel like I'm wasting my time here. Cause like if most people are living life and they're being enslaved and controlled by this fucking system their whole lives, then what's the point of reincarnating? What's the point of experiencing being a fucking human? I swear to God, I feel like sometimes the purpose of being a human is to experience being a slave, enslaved, and tolerating shit you don't want to do that's not living up to your full potential. Either that or your main goal in life is to try to break free or see through or trying to understand why the system's so corrupt. But even then, these two scenarios are a waste of fucking time because there's no real change. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as human beings, or at least in America, we have so much potential to change this world through social media. The internet and social media is such a powerful tool. If we were to spread information on what the fuck is going on, I wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but I do feel like it will do a lot when it comes to changing this fucking world, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Is this the reason why people don't want to do it? It's because of fear, because of insecurity, and people are programmed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm perfect, because like there are times where like I'm fearful of doing that shit, but it comes to, you know what I'm saying? But imagine like everyone is utilizing social media to spread awareness on what the fuck is going on, or like why this world is so corrupt, or at least exposing this shit. Imagine the whole world doing this shit. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it's possible this world could change for the better. But even, let's say if everyone's aware of world corruption and shit like that, if we're to expose that shit, more than likely it's going to be a lot of chaos. You know what I'm saying? So then we're going to go through more bullshit and more inconveniences and more just dumb shit. So it's not really, like, it's the main problem is the fucking timeline we're in. We're in a fucking weird timeline where like we're put into this mess and we don't know how all this shit started. We don't even remember our past lives and shit like that. Why is it like we don't have access or we don't remember our Akashic records or our fucking past life memory? You know what I'm saying? This shit makes no fucking sense. But yeah, man. I don't know. This is bullshit, dude. Man, I'm glad I made this video, man. I had to release some shit that's been pent up, man. I gotta release some shit, man. Fuck. This should be annoying. It's bullshit, too. I feel like it's our birthright to have our own fucking place, our own fucking house and shit like that. Why, like, I'm a grown-ass man and I still have, you know, but I don't know, yeah, like, you have grown-ass adults who, like, they can't afford to live, they can't have their own house, or, like, they either live in their parents' house that they don't want to be around with, and they can't afford to have their own house, or like they're forced to live with roommates. It's not because they're lazy, because they're not putting in work. It's because of this fucking society we're living in. And then society will judge you if you're at a certain age living with your parents or if you're homeless. And society will judge you for that. In reality, it's society's fault for making such a bullshit fucking evil ass world where people can't even attract or manifest or create their own house for themselves, because we're living in a fucking controlled, evil, depressing ass, and lame ass fucking world. You know what I'm saying? This shit makes no fucking sense. and supposedly world corruption is going on for thousands of years. How we really had slaves back then? You know how crazy that shit is. This shit makes no fucking sense. So the world we live in is fucking retarded. This realm is fucking retarded. And then you have spiritual warfare. You have reports of people being possessed by demonic entities and shit like that. I've known people, or I've seen people who've experienced stories within their lives of experiencing demonic attacks, or they've seen people being spiritually possessed. So spiritual warfare is a real thing. People seen spirits, people seen shadow entities. All this shit is a real thing. So not only we're experiencing a stupid ass world where like everything is being controlled in this dumbass society, but then you have spiritual warfare as well. So you imagine do you know how crazy that is? So, and then people want to say, "Oh, your ancestors are watching over you," or "God loves you," or like the universe has your back. When in reality, if that was the case, then they're doing a very poor job of not helping us the fuck out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. It's fucking retarded. But yeah. But then, and it amazes me how like time is speeding up every single day, but yet the society is still functioning. How the fuck is this society still functioning? The system is still participating in this in the thing they're doing, but yet time is speeding up extremely fucking fast. Yet we still have access to banks and these workplaces are still open. How the fuck's all of that shit possible? How? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if time does continue to speed up, a lot of things are definitely going to change. Or at least there's going to be a lot of chaos, in my opinion. Who knows? Because clearly that's not working. You know what I'm saying? And just because I talk about it, do I want the system to collapse? I don't know. Because if it does collapse and people are aware of the corruption, there's going to be more chaos. Because that's the case, and more than likely there's going to be wars, there's going to be a battle, or there's going to be a lot of this dumbass shit, a lot of drama we got to deal with. I mean, I guess it's worth it if you're fighting for your freedom, but more so like we're just in a weird timeline. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but because you gotta think things through. I mean, I guess it's always good to fight for what's right and to go against evil and corruption, but like I don't know, man. It's just because I feel like if people were to fight against forces that are controlling us, that are evil, this world is gonna look like the fucking Purge from the movie. There's gonna be a lot of like wars and battles and violence and shit like that, because you still have crazy ass human beings and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'm just speaking some shit, man. Like life be fucking annoying, bro. Like life be really fucking annoying. And then these vehicles, like why are these vehicles so fucking expensive? If I was never in the military, I would never have a fucking vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Or it take me a long ass time just to even attract a fucking vehicle. So this society is bullshit, man. Like it's our birthright to have access to resources and to have our own survival basic needs. But in this society we're living in, this timeline, you can't have all those things. All your birthrights have been taken away from you from birth. And schools don't teach that shit, you know? Because it's run by the evil ass system. The closest thing we have to education is spiritual information. And even then, you still have people who are corrupt in the spiritual community. But there are a select few people who do know what they're talking about when it comes to spiritual information. You know what I'm saying? Even people who are corrupt, you know, even though they have a bad agenda, they still be speaking some facts. At least they talk about world corruption and the basic principles of spirituality and knowing more about yourself and learning about the human body and shit like that, and how this world operates and the corruption, the evilness of this world, and how the afterlife works, and spiritual, like, and different entities and spirits and shit like that, or like astrology and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, not the main reason, but one of the reasons why people are so depressed and so angry and so mentally unstable is because of the society we're living in. You know, it's so hard this is why males and females, it's so hard for these two genders to find true love. How the fuck are you supposed to find true love if you live in an unstable ass society? If you live in an unstable ass fucking world? This world is fucking evil. So how the fuck are you trying to find true love when this whole world is run on restrictions and control and manipulation? It makes no fucking sense. We're not really living life. We're just surviving. You know what I'm saying? You can't travel around the world. If you want to travel around the world, you need money. And how are you supposed to make money? You gotta be a slave and work your whole life and shit like that. But not even then, that's rare, because don't forget, you need a car, you need clothes, you need food, you need shelter. You gotta pay for your water bill, for your electric bill. And as human beings, we need rest. So like, and rest comes with a vacation. And you still gotta pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then what makes it worse is that like some people scam other people for money, some people people steal other people's money. And you know what I'm saying? So this whole society, this whole system's so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Fix the fucking money system. But they're not gonna do that. It'll be logical to fix the money system in this world, but the reason why it doesn't happen because this world is run by psychopaths and evil motherfuckers who has an agenda to destroy human beings and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is why shit is not changing. The only reason why things are changing is because of astrological influences and karma. You know what I'm saying? But even then, that's not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is doing shit when it comes to chaotic events. But when it comes to actually changing this world for the better, it's not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be pessimistic or not. It's nothing like that. I'm just speaking from my own opinion and shit, you know? But this is why it's always important to focus on yourself, to love what you do, and to, you know, follow your heart and attract the life you want to live. And if you have the opportunity to change the world for the better, just do that. But this human experience is annoying though, because when your life path evolves breaking generational curses and evolves in a fucking twin flame connection, all that shit revolves around healing. Or if you're on a healing journey, that shit gets annoying because like you're always gonna experience some type of trauma from your past lives, from your family past lives, or you're gonna intake your family's trauma or your past partner's trauma, and it's a slow process to fucking heal because the human experience, the human body is designed to heal at such a slow ass fucking rate because the human body, the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. This is why we die from old age. This is why it's easy for us to get injured. This is why people have a lot of medical and health issues. This is why it's so easy for the human body to harm itself through toxic foods and shit like that. This is why this is why it's easier for the human body to be blind, to be deaf, to sprain an ankle, to injure your knee, or to fucking gain weight, or to, you know what I'm saying? The human body constantly needs fluids and food to sustain itself. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're fasting, you know, if you're trying to work out for like very tense, you need some type of nutrients to recover your body. This is why the human body requires a lot of stretching and a lot of rest and sleep, because the human body can't keep up with this fucking overworked, chaotic society that never rests or sleeps. The system always running. And now you got time speeding up, people are going to be more stressed the fuck out. Especially with these 9-to-5 jobs, man. But, you know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. Really, it's bullshit. Damn, I hope I'm not too loud. I'm in my car, but I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, man. I'm gonna talk about the internet. The internet is such a powerful tool. You can learn, unfortunately, when it comes to the internet is a very important tool to utilize in order for you to become successful. But my biggest fear is that since you have evil, psychotic people who rule the world, they control the internet. So the internet is not like, there's a lot of people in the spiritual community, they say you don't own anything. Everything is government property. The vehicle you have is government property. This is why you have car insurance and shit like that, and your own license. All that shit is run by the government. Same thing with your money. Same thing with the bank. Same thing with your fucking phone. Same thing with everything. It's all run by the government. Everything is not yours, right? So when it comes to internet access, that's not ours either. The government control that shit. This is why people get shadow banned on YouTube. This is why you can't access to certain information through the internet, like the dark web, the deep web, and shit like that. I'm not saying to go there. Don't go there, because I've heard it's fucking evil. But what I'm saying is just the fact that there's internet restrictions it means the internet is not for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So, but unfortunately, a lot of people use the internet. You have the internet and electricity. People rely on that to be successful, right? You see barbers who make a lot of money. They cut hair, but why are they able to cut hair? Because of electricity. Because they're able to plug in their fucking clippers and the things they use to cut hair. You see business owners and online businesses. They're able to generate so much wealth through the internet because their business is online, which is the internet. You see people making money and having access to their payments because they use credit cards. Credit cards and these banking systems, they operate through electricity and through the internet. You know what I'm saying? YouTubers who make a lot of money, all their content is relied through the internet. So everything revolves around the internet. Even famous rappers, famous artists, musicians, and all this shit is all based through the internet and through electricity, right? You see NBA players and professional athletes. The reason why they're able to perform and do the things they do is because of electricity, because of the internet. If it wasn't for electricity or the internet, then they won't have access to a basketball court. They won't have access to the fucking football field and shit like that, because all that shit is run through lights, and lights is run through electricity. So everything revolves. So the internet and electricity are the main factors that keep this world running. So imagine the government shutting all that shit down. Then they'll pretty much shut this whole system down. Nobody would be generate as much money and shit like that. And no, man, I feel like the government or people in power, they don't have to shut the whole thing down. They can just shut, or they can at least mess with the internet to like people using computers or laptops and shit like that to certain locations. And they are doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how much the internet and electronics and electricity could really, it's crazy how much it controls our life. Not in a bad way either, not in a good way or a bad way, but it's crazy how much we need it in order for us to survive, to make money and shit like that, right? But not only to make money, but to survive through like in these houses, so we can have warm air or like cool air, access to water and showers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this watch, it's a fucking Apple Watch, so you know what I'm saying? So it's not touch screen, but hang on. But you see that watch, right? It's off right now, but it's on. That's electronics. The phone I have is electronics. The car I'm in, it deals with electronics. So electronics, electricity, the internet are the important things as human beings in this timeline that we are using in order for us to succeed. So if you're able to master electricity, the internet and internet access, you know what I'm saying, and electrical shit and electronics, if you're able to master those things, I feel like you'll automatically generate a lot of wealth. You'll be successful when it comes to finances, and you're able to go extremely far if you're mastering how to use the internet, how to use electronics and electricity, you know. But so try to learn those things if you want to get ahead in life, and if you are able to master those things, it will create a lot of opportunities for yourself to meet like-minded people, or to travel around the world, or to do whatever you want to do, right? But that's all I gotta say, man. I want to make this video a lot longer, but because I still want to release a lot of pent-up emotions, man. It's fucking angry, but I got shit to do, unfortunately, because you got time speeding up. You got days going by extremely fucking fast, so you don't have time for yourself, or you don't have time to, let alone complete your own fucking goals. So it's like I can't do one thing at a time because the days go by extremely fast. But like, comment, subscribe, have a good one. Peace.